Hello everyone, I proudly welcome you to this quick Microsoft Access database tutorial brought to you by DataText. My name is Ako Smiler. I'm your instructor for this particular tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'm going to share with you how to come by this amazing and a beautiful data entry form that I have showing right now. So guys, I'm going to take you through how we are all going to design this very beautiful data entry form, student profile in Microsoft Access, and at the end of the day, we shall also be looking at how to connect this particular form to a very neat profile report, so that once you're on this particular page, you can click a button to issue out a printout. So guys, by the end of this video, stay tuned. You will come by this beautiful design. Or if you have not subscribed to this particular channel, a newcomer, of course, kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on the little bell notification access. What we do here is we learn Microsoft Access database development tips. Guys, let us jump right into it. Okay, so I will first of all disable or close this particular form that we have in here. So this is a table that is connected to the form we are going to connect to our form. So this table currently has a query, or a query has been built on this particular query, and just as queries are used to retrieve specific values and then also extend columns that we have in our tables, it has additional columns. So we are going to build this particular form using the student extended query, because the query has actually been built with new calculated columns. And guys, we are going to build our form using this particular query. So now we are going to close everything. Let us reopen the student extended again. So to start with, now we are going to use the form wizard. So here we go. Now that we have the query opened, let's click create. So here we go to form wizard. Of course, I prefer using the form wizard in Microsoft Access because it's one of the powerful ways of creating forms, as it just takes you through some series of steps, and then within a blink of an eye you have your form. So guys, I recommend creating new forms using the form wizard. Okay, so now these so here the wizard brings us all the fields that we have in the table. So let's click the double arrow. Of course, we will need all of them in the query on the form. So now we proceed to next. Okay, so these are the possible form types that we can create in Microsoft Access. So here, as we are being asked which of them we would like to create, we select column now. So we go to next. Okay, so here we are being asked to give our form a name. So I'll say student profile new, because I already have a student profile here. So now this one I'm titling it student profile new. Okay, so would we like to open the form to view or enter information, or would like to modify the form's design directly? Guys, let us have the first option checked and then click finish to see how Microsoft Access by default will create the form for us. Okay guys, so this is the form, but a default form. So let us expand it here. This is the default form that Microsoft Access has been able to create for us. So without not much we do, we will have to get into the design view and get up the form design process starting. So guys, just for our reference, we are actually going to create a form that looks like this. We are going to create a form that looks like this. So a moment, let me take a shot of this so that we can. Okay guys, so now we are the safer hands. I have been able to take a shot of this with my phone, so we jump right into it here. So now we'll close this. Let us get to the design view. So to get to the design view, right click design view. Okay, so now the first thing that we'll have to do is the size of the form. So let us extend it suitably. 10.4 inches is okay. Okay, so now we also have the picture frame here, which we are going to need, but we wouldn't need a label, so we delete this. Okay, so now let us suitably position our picture here. Okay, so this is the first set of fields that we have on the form. So let us select everything together with this, and now we right click, size, we go to, so here we are selecting shortest. Okay, now let us set the length also to the widest. So size again, and the length is now the widest. So what we do here is that we now collapse this. Okay, so now that we have it down here, we will have to also close the gap that we have at the top here. So here we move, let us push it to the top here. So let us push it to the top here. Okay, so now basically what we are doing here is the groupings that we are doing. Okay, so next we drag and push this one far here. So we still got to make it more extensive. Okay, so now we are going to push this one here. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to work on is, you can see the labels are not showing properly, so let us extend the label sizes. So here you got to feel free to change the labels that we have here. You know, the labels, you can actually edit them unlike the controls. So should you come and edit or change the name of this control, you are going to have errors on your form, because this is the control which is connected to fields, active fields in your table. So you can change this one. So you can change the name of this one, but however you can just change the label naming. So you can just do that. Let's take time to do that here neatly. Okay, so now here I will say address or house number. Okay, so now that we have this here, what we're going to do is that we are going to remove this. Okay, so we are going to remove this. Now let us keep this one extended a bit again. So we select everything here once more. Let's push it here. Okay, so guys, let us redesign this particular. Okay, so this is our picture frame, and now the size is okay. So the next thing that we are doing is we are selecting everything here. Now I prefer using the Calibri detail font, so font size I'll choose 12. Now the font color, for now we are choosing black, although going forward it is actually going to change, guys. So now that we have this here, now we fill. So let us recall, you can see the top here, this is a strip, and the bottom here, this is also the strip. So now we delete, let me close, sorry. So let's click in here. Now we position, the header here needs to be changed, so we just double click inside, shift fill. Now we select this color. Okay, so the next thing is we are going to place a rectangle at the bottom also. So this is a rectangle that I'm talking about. You can see there's a rectangle here, so we neatly place it as we have in the former form. So now we go right to the top here, design tab, we activate it. Now you make sure you click design, and you are seeing these controls here. So here we click the rectangle. Let's bring it here neatly. Okay, so now that we have it this way, you go to format once more. Now horizontal anchor, so that when this form is even expanded, this particular rectangle will expand across the left and the right hand sides of it will stretch probably across the entire form. So now horizontal anchor, we are going to choose both. Now also when the form is expanded, or on every PC screen size, the vertical anchor should be here. Let's set it to bottom. Okay, so this anchor, will come back to it later on. I'll show you what this really actually does on our form. So let us fill this also with a color, because previously we had already used the color. So we just click here, and now we have it, shape outline transparent. Okay guys, so the next thing we are going to do is that let us now preview the form. So right click, form view. So now you can see, because of the anchors that we set, this has actually expanded across or stretched across the entire form. The next thing that we are going to do is to get rid of this, which is a record selector, and then also the navigation button. So let us get rid of these two bars. Okay, so here we come to design view once more. Record selector is, you click, you can double click to activate no, or just click and select no. Navigation options too, you click in here, then you select no. Okay, so guys, now let us preview the form. So you can see now record selector, guys, we've been able to do away with it, and then also there's no navigation pane. So let's go to design view once more. Now we are going to make this form a pop-up. So we click other, so property sheet other. Now pop-up, you make sure you select yes, Control S to save. So it is advisable that as you keep on making changes to your form, continually be pressing Ctrl S to avoid any inconveniences in the future. Probably if you do this and there's a blackout or there's a power outage, you don't lose your changes. So let us preview it once more. So guys, as you can see, now this is how the form looks. So although we've actually done away with we've got rid of the navigation buttons, but yes, there's another white or gray bar out here. We don't need it. It makes the design off, so let's get rid of it. So we go to design view. Now we are having that bar there because of the scroll bar. So now come to scroll bars, you set it to neither. Okay, so in fact we are really sharing a lot of form design, or going through a lot of form designing tips, and I believe at the end of this video you wouldn't only be able to develop this form, but also have enough skills to do any type of form that you want in Microsoft Access. Okay, so now you can see the bar is actually got rid off. So the next thing, guys, we are going to see how to deactivate this so you can expand. Now however, if you don't want to expand, so you can do away with this. But then before we come to the control box, how to hide some of them, now let's see something really interesting is going on. This form has been expanded, but because there's enough space here, we want this one to also come out here once the form is expanded. So let's go to the design view once more. Now all boils down to the ankle, so we select the whole thing. Now horizontal ankle, so you could see it is now set to left. Now we set it to right. So we have to do some kind of positioning also. Okay, so guys, now that we are done with this, so let us stretch it a bit again so that the form looks so classic. Okay, so now that we have it this way, we can right click here, we go to form view. So now this is what we have in here. Okay, so now if we expand, you can see that this side has also expanded across. Okay, now back to design view. So we are still stretching here. Okay, so now the next thing we are going to do is to change the color that we have inside here. So we double click here, shape fill. So we have a lot of colors here that you can use, but then I will stick to this because that is the color that we have in here. Okay, so now that we stick to this, we select the whole of this, the shape fill. Make sure you click here, or you just click, don't set it to transparent, set it to the same color as the background. Let me do away with this. So now we do the same thing to this also. Okay, so now that we have this, we select the entire thing. Now the color needs to be white. Okay, so now that we have the color being white, we got to do the alignment. So we select everything here, control, select everything here again. Now we hit the left alignment. Okay, so guys, let's just preview and see. So now this is how good it is actually looking. So now, although this also looks good, but then we just want to come by something like this. Okay, so what we got to do now is to come down here, select. Now we select here also. So form, shape outline, we click transparent. Okay, so now we are going to add a small rectangle. So we click design, now rectangle here. So here we click and drag it across. Okay, so let us minimize it, guys. Okay, so now here the color, shape fill, we choose our yellow color. Shape outline also needs to be the same color. So now what you got to do is that Ctrl C to copy, then Ctrl V to paste. So you position it below the second control. Now interestingly, Microsoft Access has been able to detect the pattern, so Ctrl V and it position it neatly for you. So as you can see, wow. So now we just have to copy one of them and then paste it at the right hand side also. So here we're gonna bring it here. Okay, so here we're gonna bring it here. Let's stretch it across. It's supposed to be small. Okay, so now again Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So let's position it here. control V, and now Access does the magic for you. So guys, you can see it's so easy. Now we need to reselect everything here once more because we have added other objects. So horizontal anchor, Microsoft Access cannot detect because one is set to the left and the other is set to the right. So here we select right for all of them. So here also you can see it's left, which is okay. Guys, let us preview our form once more. So now this is how the form is actually looking. Great. Okay, now the next thing is that we need to insert an icon here. We need to insert an icon here. So what we do is design view, we click here, so click the picture frame, insert image. Now we have a picture here. In case you don't have anything in your gallery, go to browse. So once you click browse, you locate wherever that you have it, but of course I already have it, so I'll just click insert and I'll hit here. Now once you do that, come to picture size mode. You can see currently it is set to zoom, so we click, now we set it to stretch. Okay guys, so now right click and go to form view. So as you can see, it is looking so amazing, it's looking so classic. Okay, so now what we're going to do is to add some couple of labels, personal information and other information. So what we do is we come here now all the way to labels. So now here we type personal information, so control E, or you can just select and click in here. Now we'll change it to 20, and in fact I will use this color. So control C, control V again. Now you come and paste here. So here we are going to say other information or any other name that you think is suitable. So let us do something again. 16 is okay. Now I prefer we use area black because as I promised you earlier on, we are keeping to whatever that we actually showed earlier, which is this, and this one, the design is personal information. So the size, let us minimize it a bit to reduce it to 14, which is okay here. Okay, so now that we have this, the next thing is for us to add some couple of buttons. So there are three buttons here. New students, that is a button that when clicked, it allows us to insert a new student and save and delete. Okay, so we also do the same. Here we come to design, we click button. So let us bring the first button here. Record operation, add new record, next. Okay, so here I'm going to say new students, so finish. Okay, so now the next thing is save. So here we click and add. Okay, so this one I will click cancel, but I will just hit save. Okay, now right click, build events, I'll select code builder. So here I'll say do cmd.refresh, do cmd.save. Now let's do any variable. So we say kk is equal to msg box. So record changes saved successfully. So this is a message that will prompt the user that an action has taken place. So this message box type should be VB information. Now we say record saved. Okay, so now we are done. It's so simple. So let us close this. Now the next button you are going to add is the delete button, the almighty delete button. So we bring delete here. So here we use a wizard, delete record. So delete. Now it's only delete that I want us to use. So here you select delete. Now the next thing is we bring it closer here, and then the size we reduce it a bit appreciably. Font size, let us take to 14. And now here shape fill. So shape fill, we are going to select transparent. but then shape outline we select white, and then shape color we also select white here. Okay, so guys, let us set the outline once more again. So outline we select white. Now let's see how the changes are really looking like. Okay, so I prefer delete button. So now when you click, you can see record changes saved successfully. So now I prefer we set the delete color to red. So let's click here and shape fill. So we set it to red. So guys, now let's compare to see whether we are making progress. So indeed we are making progress. So now congratulations, we've come far. So it's up to us we are left to do these basic additions here. So now let's go to design view once more. Okay, so here we need a space. We go to add. Now we bring the student name here. So here with the student name, I will say students. So students. Now let us expand. So we expand. Okay, so here to shape fill we select, sorry, let's use here transparent. Now we select white. Area I'll select 18, but for the label I'll select 14, and the color here too I'm going to use yellow. So let me use glowing yellow. Okay guys, so now we can position it neatly here. Okay, so let's select it once again. Shape outline we select transparent, because some names are of course lengthy, so let's stretch it across, and now we can bold it here. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is to add a search bar, and the search bar we go to design. So here we come to use a combo box which is next to the charts. So combo box, now we click and drag. Now which action do you want your combo box to perform? So when we click the combo box, any option in the combo box or any item in the list, we want to find a record or look up a record. So we select the third option. So find a record on my form based on the value I selected in my combo box, which is exactly what we want to do. So go to next. Now I want to use student name, so double click. Now next. So these are the items we have so far. Next. Now the label I will say search with column find. Okay, so now let us stretch this. First thing first, select anchor, select it to right. Now here is at the top vertical anchor, which is okay. So here again, shape fill, let me use this. Now the colors I will use 14. Sorry, the size I will use 14. Okay, so now the colors, guys, let us use white. Okay, so let us use white. Now right align, shape outline, we are going to use white also. Okay, so now finally let us preview our form. And guys, now this is how our form is looking, so classic. So once you right click here, you can select a student. You can also search Mary. So you can also click in here Sappho. Now let us add another student and see. So new student. So let's say Joshua. So Joshua Kwejo Sappho. So here you can see the name is being written for you. So it's male, DOB, 20th November 21. So here the child is 1.1 year old. Region is Greater Accra. Place of abode is Accra. Now Accra Medina. House number AC. Okay, so this is the house number. Now what is the class? So let's say the class is crèche, and the department comes automatically. So here the mother, and then also the father. So guys, let us save. So changes to record saved successfully. So now once you click the search, you can see that Joshua Kojo is also here. So now Joshua is there, and as soon as we refresh, you can see that Joshua's information has also been added neatly up here. which is exactly what we wanted to do, guys. So now we've been able, the next thing we're going to do is to set this caption, and then also I'll show you how to, if you like to disable any of, so here you can see this, the anchor needs to be set to right. Okay, so guys, let us move on to see how to disable either the minimum or the maximum button. So we go to design view, we click in here. Now control box is showing yes, so now I just want to show only the minimum, and of course we need to set the anchor to this one also. So let us navigate way down here, anchor right. Okay, so now I want this form, the border style should be 10. Great. So now that we have this, we simply right click here. Now guys, you cannot resize the form. Now you can see that maximize is also disabled. So now how do we set a caption? So go to design view again. So come to form caption, so you can say students. So students. Okay guys, so now as you can see, we've been able to come this particular far. So this looks exactly like what we have over here. Okay, so now the final thing that we are going to do is to see how to convert this form into a report. So it's to see how to convert this form to a report and link it to the form. Okay, so now what we are going to do, so let me delete the previous one that we created. So the previous one that I have already, I'm deleting it. Okay, so yeah, we want to remove permanently because now you have something that looks like you. So now let us right click here. So before then, let's go to the design view. So here in design view, you go to file, we are converting it to report. So save object as, now save as reports, and now report you can say students profile. Okay guys, so now we are done. Let us close. So form view, let us close it here. Now this is the profile, so this is a profile as we are seeing here. Let us do some few changes to it. So now page setup, I want it to be landscape, and then also here the scroll bar, because it's a report, I will show vertical scroll bar. Okay, so the next thing that I will do, we don't need this here, and then also we don't need the buttons here. So what we are going to do next is we click inside here. So here the color we change it to white. So over here we change everything again, so white, so here to white, and now we select. So let's select everything here. Now the color we are changing it to black. So as you can see, we simply change it to black. So here too we can do the same thing, but before then let us bring it down here. So I'll copy this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Now let us put it here and say student profile, and the size, make it 20. Okay, so now we click inside the color, I will use this, and now I will choose everything to be black. Okay guys, so now we can make collapse here, so we can underline. Now let us preview this report and see. So guys, this is how the report is actually looking like. Okay, so here we can change the color that we have for this particular lines here. So we come in here, now make sure you select all the lines one by one. So select everything again. So select them, let us add this also to it. Sorry, So here we add, okay. So here we come inside here, select black, shape outline, we select black. Okay, so let's see, we need to do the same thing to this as such. Shape outline, we select black also. Okay, so the next thing is that we want to, you can see, let's just see something guys here. So you can see this form is alternating colors. So with some inside is gray, with some inside is actually white. So I want us to keep to the gray. The gray looks beautiful. So let's click inside here, shape fill, let's select gray, and now right click, alternate fill color, select none. Now the next thing is we are adding a button that will print. So we click to add this very big button, and now we say print. Print. So say print. Okay, so now select this, right click, build event, macro. Now this macro event will just be print objects, and guys, we are through with everything. So here you can modify the button. We have a lot of designs that you can choose. So guys, now let's see. So the next thing, so in fact this is not really looking nice, we made something out there. So let us change it to white. So let us change it back to white. And now also we can do away with this, or probably use the gray color that we have at the top to match. Okay, so guys, now this is a very beautiful report that we are having. So you can click print. Now here, if you have a printer, you select, and off, you are good to go. So now the next thing we are going to do is to link this directly to the form that we have created. So how do we do it? So we come in here. So here I will just click and just put a button here. So here I'll say reports, and let us use the same design. So shape fill, I'll select our favorite colors. Let me select this, and then shape, size I'll use 14, and then it's white. So here outline is also yes. Now right click, build events, macro builder. So here you want to say open reports. Now what is the report's name? Students, and the where condition is equal to student ID is equal to ampersand student ID once more again. Now we select here, we put the student ID with equal to sign in quotation. So it's still saved. Now it is saved. So I want it to open to dialog mode so that we cannot click anywhere unless if we've responded to it. Okay guys, now finally we are done. So we have this student. So let us select the new student we added, Joshua, and click report. So here you can see it has opened directly to Joshua's report here. So you can do for a new student. So let's say Gifty, you hit reports, and now you have Gifty's profile report also showing neatly here. So guys, we've managed to attain success. Now if you have liked this particular video, kindly like it, subscribe to this channel, because more of these useful ones are yet to come. Thank you very much for watching. Merry Christmas. See you in the next video.